Hello, welcome to my tiny little tube. My name is Margie. I'm Heyoka and Path. I just like having these little talks, sometimes conversations with Ma, and how I or we feel about things. It's been a interesting last few days. Not very so much eventful. I did make my sign finally. I didn't bring it. It's still in the minivan. So I'm not gonna be. I put it up as a short earlier or a story. I don't know, one of those earlier. I put it on Twitter so people could see. Went out this morning for about an hour. Says, when has the government ever said anything true? And on the back of it. It says, fat hog cops don't deserve new trucks. And I flip it back and forth. When the police come, I show them. Okay, this is for you. Because they're all freaking, no, that's not fair. They're about 80% need to be on some sort of freaking program. Keep the spoon out of their mouth. Yeah. Anyway, be like, you're so hard on people, Marge. Well, if you consider all the things that I've been through in my life, I think people need to fucking rise up to the occasion. As you can see, I've been listening. No, Benny, do not start. I don't want to listen to you freaking snivel. It's been like this for 2 days, man. I want to be autonomous, and they're also whiny. It's the whining that I can't handle. That it's like, soothe yourself. He's over there freaking sucking up to Grandma, and Grandma's giving him loves. Big Benny, big face, bleh. Drives me nuts. I've had a headache all day long, the pressure in my eyes. Because they keep spraying that aluminum freaking shit in the sky. People waking up yet? Are they waking up yet? It was so funny. I don't even know who that Travis Scott was. I don't know who that Nas X is. Because I'm not in alignment with fucking scumbags. I used to be when I lived from my ego more. I still have the band shirts from that. I still have, I did it too. But as soon as I figured it out, what I was paying homage to, I stopped. Heck, there's so much. I'm having such a hard time with music last night. When I went out today, I just paid. This is one of my favorite albums ever of all time. It is from the album. See, I'm an empath. I can't freaking ignore stuff, man. When he's over here whining, it freaking makes my adrenal gland get sucked into my kidney. It's just, yeah. Thank you, Tucker. It's from Sacred Spirit. The album is Sacred Spirit. And Chance and Blessings or something like that. It's taken forever to load. I'm trying to, just because I want it. Yeah, I was telling the Sacred Spirit, Wishes of Happiness and Prosperity is the song in particular, but the whole album, I just had to listen to that because it's all Native American music, It's all Native American. So there was a little exchange I had this morning from somebody that I used to loosely know. And there was a picture of a little kid with a shotgun on a big wheel. And it said, this is what America was before the sissies took over or something like that. And I wrote, I kind of see, it should be a Native Indigenous to American, a Native American without a gun. See, the sissies brought the guns. They did. The fearful, they brought the guns. Look around at who has all the big weapons. It's these people that can't even change their own fucking tire, man. They're inconstitutionally incapable of taking care of themselves. So they want to frickin' reduce any threat. And they have looked at us as the threat for a very long time. And I ain't really going to go out. You know, I've always been a fighter. I've always been a survivor. I used to be 5'3 3/4. I might be only 5'2". But my energy is powerful. Yeah, I scare men. That's why they bully me. Because I fucking scare men that are a foot taller than me. Yeah. And when I go out into the world, when I held my sign, my experience was, I held my sign. When has the government ever said anything true? Right? And I'm standing at an intersection. Most people are just ignoring me. Because that's how they live their lives, with horse blinders on. And everything is love and light. There is no evil. There is no dastardly or nefarious. None of that. No. Jesus is gonna always save me. Jesus will help carry you through the times that you struggle. I look around, I see people. Have you ever struggled? What's the worst thing in life that has ever happened to you? And all these, my grandpa died. It fucking happens to everybody. Give me something that doesn't happen to me. I went to high school with the girl. She watched her freaking family, her mom and dad, hack her younger brother up and put him out in the fucking garbage. She wrote a paper about it. I was raped when I was a 10-month-old baby. All this shit happens and people are like, no it don't. What happens to us? We're completely discounted human beings. Nobody sees me. People don't see me for what and who I am. They see a dyke. An angry lesbian, a man. I don't hate men. I just don't see a whole lot of them that are worth their weight. I see a lot of freaking fancy suits. I see a lot of big bank accounts. But I always felt bad when I was a little lesbian because I'm like, I can't compete with these guys. They're the protectors. And women like to be with men that protect them, that they feel safe with. And guess what? 30 years later, the tables turned. Ladies, you got to start learning how to protect yourself. I see it in the news everywhere, all over the place. See, these crimes of passion, man, people don't have that little voice or they got that little voice and they don't listen. Shut your mouth. Sometimes I don't listen to that little voice. It says, shut your mouth, Marge. Marge, shut your mouth. Sometimes I hear that little voice and it says, Marge, shut your mouth. Don't say anything. And then, okay, Marge, you don't want to make an amends. Don't say anything. All right, I'll go ahead and say. Some days I'm like, I don't care. I'll take the karma today. It's worth it for this one. I'll take a hit on the karma bus for this one and I'll bleh. You know. Next year, America's having its Pluto return. I've been speaking on this for 4 years. I spoke more on it in my old videos, my earlier videos when it was on my radar, and I was like, oh, buddy, how's this going to turn out, you know? But next year is America's Pluto return. I would not be surprised if we saw our planes with our enemies paint with a new paint job and their flags on it flying over this country. Large cities and metropolitan areas all over. And it kind of has to do with that whole indigenous thing. You know, oh, yeah. What was her response? That was like the oldest story ever told. I said, that karma has never been repaid. People came over and wiped out civilizations yet again. And they've been doing it the whole time in the name of freedom. No, it's all for their Lucy fairy tale theater and the bid for the soul. It's all freaking for souls. Who you gonna die for? Who you gonna live for? Look at all the people that are anything comes out of Hollywood or DC, it's the same entity. It's the same production company. It's a very disingenuous system. Okay? People need to think. Okay, you go to a play. What's a play? What's a play in a theater? What is it? I don't know. What's a play? You go to a play where people repeat words that were written in a script for them to act out. You go to a football game. What do they run? What do they run? They run fucking plays, people. It's a play. It's all to make the general population look really fucking stupid, which they do because they buy into this stuff. As I could tell, because nobody can answer that question. I'm standing on the street, holding my sign. Most people are ignoring me. I got a few thumbs ups. When I turned the sign around and showed this one gal, the fat hog cops don't deserve new trucks, this part, she's like, yeah, you got a point there. I was like, thanks. Yeah, you know? That's the Air Force, see, because they put me on the Chunky Chicken Club program, and I learned from it. I had to go sit through classes on how to eat proper. All the while, you know, he's leading fat people that should be in this, sitting next to me in the seat, or leading these. It's just cognitive dissonance everywhere. So I could only do 6. I only did six. I ain't gonna suck Uncle Sam's dick. I ain't gonna fucking buckle for these bitches. I left the Air Force because their standards were beneath mine. It's the Air Force. This guy enlisted in the Guard or Reserve, 1989. He's a lieutenant colonel. Lawyer, high up in California government. You know, people want to know how I know who these people are is because they're directly related to me. I purposely interjected myself as soon as I got out of the Air Force. I knew I wasn't going to stay in Omaha forever. I knew that. My energy, it was not a cool place. Jesuit puddles. Their college football team, it's the Huskers, but every weekend during Husker season, they go big red. Go big red. Go big red. Go big red. Big red. They fucking straight up fucking worship Satan. Freaking 40,000. Fill up that stadium. But head up your ass. You know. But the Jesuits are the cool Catholics. Because they like all the butt love and stuff like that. These are the systems. This is why. Because people like this are in charge. Yeah, we moved to New Mexico because he wouldn't fucking help me find a place to live. He wouldn't. He could. He had all the power to. He just didn't fucking feel like it. So, folks, I don't care what your economic background is. I don't care who you know, who you're related to. The hourglass is about to tip over. Things are going to change. December, boom. January, February, March. Who knows? Maybe the calendar won't even matter. I was listening to Zachary K. Hubbard today. Zachary K. Hubbard, he put out a pretty good presentation earlier. It was... God, I'm having such a hard time with music right now. It's like... Ugh, I hate it. So maybe I'll go back and listen to the classics. To get a bunch of classical music, Mozart. I used to listen to that stuff a lot more when I was like 15, 16. Early warning, July 7th, 1981. John Oliver's Power Grid presentation in Kurt Vonnegut Jr. He talks about he talks about that movie. It's only about half hour long, this video, if you want to go. He always puts together good information, man. He always does. Hey, Jessica, how are you? My eyes hurt. And now they're starting to feel better, actually. I just took a couple of bong rips with some wax. I haven't been doing that much. Maybe that's why my head hurt, because I didn't have any coffee today or do any cannabis at all. Because I'm trying to stay even keel, man. My energy level is up here right now, and I'm just trying to keep it chill, man. Keep it cool. Especially with all this energy in the air. I don't know if anybody was around here the other day when I talked about it, but I saw a freaking car versus motorcycle, and they were both fucking retarded, man. They both like swerve like in a threatening way, like oh yeah, like and they fucking ran into each other. I was just like, oh man, fucking idiots, dude. You both suck. They both, they were both in fault. Both of them. It's crazy, man. People are losing their minds. I haven't been really feeling like going to the coffee shop. I'm trying to find more people that want to get active and doing stuff that I want to do, you know. I mean, it's cool to freaking hang out with your homies and talk about stuff, but I just keep picturing, you know, some of these folks have been sitting here talking about doing stuff for 20 years, and I don't want to be in that freaking category. I want to look back if I'm still around and be like, okay, these are all the things that I've done and accomplished. A positive in the continuous story of there's always people to help. Folks that my homie helped get towed out to a safe space. Their bus broke down in the Wally World parking lot. This is why I want to do my travel center, man. So people could just tow out there. You could hang out there, you know. You don't got a lot of money, go help me in the garden, you know. Something like that. You know, help me around the take out the garbage or make sure that the coffees are always made in the little coffee shop in the corner of the property lot, whatever, you know. There's always something people anyway. They got it. They're in a better position. They're out there in Two Peaks. That's what they call the land of lost toys. Out there, Two Peaks. A lot of people live off grid out there, and so they got moved out there, and they got a nice opportunity to be there and safe around, you know, people that can watch your back and help on the property and do stuff in exchange to just be there and have a little bit of security through the winter, because winter's gonna hit and it's gonna be hard for a lot of people. I'm already stocking up the sleeping bags and stuff in the back of the minivan and stuff like that, and you know, I'm trying to focus more on just my local community and what, you know, things that are going on here. Yeah, it's cool to freaking know what's going on in the world, but it's more of the same. I already know, you know. And when the rest of the world, when the rest of the world starts waking up to this is when I think I'm gonna come in more handy. I hate the fucking daylight savings time too. Mom, it's like 4 o'clock right now. Right? 5 o'clock, Mom will be laying down. And then she goes to sleep. I'm like, Mom, don't go to sleep, Mom. Don't let the sun trick ya. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll open the windows up a little while longer. Maybe she'll stay up later, but freaking sucks, man. It's just another thing to fuck with people. They just like to fuck with people, man. Just leave us alone. Let her live our lives. I always think about a time on Turtle Island, on this continent, before guns ever ever existed over here, and people ran around in freaking loincloths and freaking beaver skin outfits and shit like that, you know. And the only thing that mattered was survival. Was your food, your water source, and your family. You know, we got so far away from that. I think I'm very close to deactivating my face butt. Cause Luna, don't you be staggy. Don't you be staunchy girl. See, they think it's 5 o'clock, so now they're all on it, but it's only 4. Come on, good girl. I love you so much, pretty lady. Where people? Oh, I was talking about you're so cute. She said, I roly poly. And about said, you, stinky. And then to see how this nation could have prospered and evolved from that heart space. That's what I plan. See, because stuff is just going to get real bad. It's been getting progressively worse, but people aren't waking up. They still care fucking more about money than other people. It's retarded. They're not figuring it out, you know. And I see these people that just drive. They're just, you know, they used to have these Fisher-Price toys. Like, it was the top half of a person. You'd set them in a car, and then you push the car around. Yeah, that's fun for kids. Stupid. I'd rather play with freaking stick in the freaking woods. Anyway, that's what these people remind me of. I'm like, I wonder if they just go home and just, like, park in their garage, and then the light goes off, and then they just kind of tilt. And then it's like, oh, gotta go back out in the world. Be my little representation of being my little program. Yeah. The civic workers. I'm helping. You swear to God you are, aren't you? And then somebody else posted about that Travis guy, and like, say, oh, be careful what you're worshiping, and care about your friends and family. I'm like, oh, didn't you see last year when me and Mom were all almost homeless? I ain't never heard from you. Yeah, your friend. Maybe we're not friends. I guess that's it. Maybe it's a acquaintance book. Weird how that is one, but it's the same thing. But I said, you still like The Weeknd? They're like, yeah, like. Oh, really? Because I don't like Lady Gaga anymore. I don't like, there's all these musicians that I used to like that I really don't like anymore because I found out who they are. Maybe you don't know, but, energy is our life. We only have so much energy to do so many things during the day. Sass, I'll soak dinner in a minute. They're all so fussy. Energetically taffy pulled. That's what I feel like. Do this, do that. I'm doing a talk, dog. Cute little lids. She need to go for a walk, or is her arm stuck? All right, I should get going.